Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Tower card. Now, usually I'm not irked by this card at all. I have to say, right? And after some of the Tower moments I've had in my life, you just kind of get used to it, right? You understand that that's going to be a part of your experience. Every so often, a week or a month or certain messages from the Tarot come through, and they just hit a little deeper and they just resonate a bit too much for our liking, right? The reason I say this, and I urge you to check out the Gemini reading, whether you have Gemini, like everyone's got Gemini in their chart, but whether you have any Gemini placements or not of planets, etc. Just if you have any, check it out for sure. Even if you don't, check it out actually. The reason I say this is because Gemini is the sign of the media. And I wonder if what I was seeing in that sign's reading was something for the wider world stage. Anyway, I'm a bit wary of the Tower this week because there's something going on, right? I can feel it in my bones. There's something weird in the air. There's an odd energy going on. And my intuition is like, is being that really annoying kid at the back of the classroom that won't shut up. So I will say that I don't know why that's relevant to you, but it is because the Tower card has showed up quite a lot this week. It showed up as 3, if not 4 of the keys to the week, and I think yours is the 2nd or the 3rd. Now, that being said, there is something unavoidable this week, right? None of us, doesn't matter who we are, what our status, what our background, what we do for work, none of it, right? None of that matters. The Tower card none of us escape it. You just have to go through it. And this week, there is going to likely be some news, some piece of information that comes forward for you that you just have to deal with as it comes up, right? It's like you can either take it and you just kind of accept it and say, okay, this is what it is, or you can fight against it, it's such a waste of energy, quite frankly. Now, I don't want to say all of this and be a fearmonger. I know a lot of you are probably thinking like, oh great, here we go. But yeah, I wanted to give you a heads up. Now, with that said, if you are a continued sub, Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options, you've got the Fool card, right? So this same combination with 2 different sets of cards came up for Gemini. And now I'm like, okay, so talk to me, Tarot, what is going on here? There is something shaping up, and I wonder if this is on the wider world stage. Your sign is the sign that rules death and money and taxes and all of the taboo subjects. And I wonder if this is a piece of information, if it is some piece of information or something that the world, while we were all looking over here, something was going on over there. Maybe something that has been a bit of a sleight of hand is revealed now. And I wonder if that's the case, because yours is also the sign of secrets. So we've got Gemini and all of their messages. When you see that reading, come back into the comments of this video and let me know, right? It's some shit. And then we've got your sign, the sign of secrets, that has this same combinations of cards, which tells me that on a personal level, this is some big personal realization, some deep personal wisdom or intuition that is being highlighted to you. And it is something that is very likely to be consciously led by you, right? This is you making a decision almost like on the spot. You get some sort of information, something happens and you say, right, this, I'm doing that, right? You make a decision very, very fast, very powerfully on it. I'm really like, I don't really usually get these moments, but damn, like this is, I'm intrigued. And then on the wider world stage, this kind of feels, because the Fool card is a point of destiny, right? It's a moment of destiny. We can't, it's like Uranus, right? And both of these cards have Uranian energy. Yes, the Tower is Mars, but it has a very Uranian element to it as well. These are two halves of a coin, right? And the fact that you have both of them tells me that this is going to be a week of change. It is going to be a week of upheaval, and it's going to be a week where you make a decision in such a powerful way that there's no way you can go back. Like this is a life-shifting moment for you. And even if it's not massive on the external for you personally, it will be in the implications of the larger sort of energies of your life. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Six of Cups. This is some piece of information that comes in from the past, right? The Six of Cups is always the past. It's nostalgia, memories, etc. You've got this in the communications and the conversations, and one of the things that this suggests to me is this is a reconnection with someone from your past. This could be a friend, it could be a colleague, it could be a co-worker, it could be a peer, it could even be a family member, right? Especially if there's one that you've maybe fallen out with or lost touch with. Now, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is maybe an old idea, an old routine, or an old way of doing things that comes back into the workplace this week. And I got to be honest with you, I don't feel like a lot of you are very happy with this. It might be something that kind of feels like an overstep, or it feels like an oversight, or maybe it's just like a genuinely uncomfortable feeling that has you kind of like, no, that doesn't sit right with me. Now, the Six of Cups generally is quite a bright card. It's quite a nice card, and it's actually, this card sits in your sign, right? So it represents Scorpio energy, but it's the past underneath the Tower. This is some sudden big past thing coming back into the present. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, people that work for themselves, this could also be a decision that you make that has far-reaching ripples, or maybe far-reaching ripples or far-reaching, I don't like the word consequences because it has such a negative connotation to it, but that's what I'm getting. When it comes to your, those of you that are retired and no longer working, this would be a time for you to dig into your treasure chest, right? Into all of your own time capsules, aka all the stuff in the basement, or all the stuff in the attic, all the stuff at the back of the wardrobe, all the old ideas that you promised you were going to do something with. This is the week where you pull that stuff out. It needs the air of day, and there's a reason for it. I can't tell you what that is because it will be different for all of you. When you're pulling stuff out of old boxes, something will tick, something will jog your memory. When it comes to your love and relations, you've got the Ten of Wands. So for those of you that have done hard work on your relationships, this is really great because it suggests that the relationship gets easier. For those of you that are single, there could absolutely be somebody that comes in this week that really just kind of almost like they get you to see yourself in a very different light. All right, and so there is potential for love here. I'm going to be really honest with you. For some of you, this may be somebody that you've dated previously or wanted to date previously. Maybe there was a flirtation but it never went anywhere. For some of you, this might even be I think I'll leave it there. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting week. I think relationships actually this week will be lighter than everything else. And when it comes to your money and materials, you've got the Strength card. For some of you, this is having the courage and the grit to make a decision that will affect the future of your finances, your money, your resources. I think in a lot of ways, for a lot of you, this is preparing or doing the prep work on the inner. This is like you're psyching yourself up to do something that you know is going to improve your financial status, which is great. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, especially with the Ten of Wands in close proximity, your back, and specifically your lower back this week, you must look after yourself in that area of your physical body. When it comes to your home and environment, I mean, you've got this underneath the Six of Cups. For a lot of you, I kind of feel like you're walking around or through the home, trying to like feel the nostalgia, trying to feel like all the good memories, like, and maybe that's because some of you are moving, or you're planning to move, or you're planning to change the home, and you're looking at the space and the place saying, okay, you know what, I had some really great times here, but it's time. All right, now, for those of you that are, for all of you, should I say, on the 16th of February, we have a powerful full moon in the sign of Leo, right? So this is, you know, remember whenever I use astrology as well, I'm always talking whole sign system, whole sign house system, and the tropical zodiac. And this is always more accurate for your ascendant, and to a lesser degree, the sun and the moon, which is why it's important to watch all three. And even if you do or don't have any Gemini placements, watch that video this week. I feel like a lot of you will get something out of it. When it comes to your full moon, this is in your 10th house. This is all to do with your career, and it's all to do with your public status, your social standing, how people see you. This is actually putting a spotlight on you and the way that you deliver whatever it is that you deliver to the world. This full moon could actually be really nice for you. In a lot of ways, I kind of feel like this could be, because I often say to all of my Scorpio clients, like, whether you like it or not, there's a part of you that needs to be out in the world, right? That needs to be a bit more public. And they're always like, right, but you know it, right? And especially if you're an ascendant Scorpio, because that means your 10th house is Leo. You're built to shine in the career. Be comfortable with that. Be okay with it. And with a full moon in that space, this could be a change in status. So for some of you, this could literally be you going from single to partnered. For some of you, from partnered to single. From some of you, you know, from engaged to being a parent, right? It could just as easily be going from a renter to a house owner, right? So in some way, shape or form, this full moon is going to change things for you on a very worldly level. Now you've got the gate 37 and sweetness, and what this speaks to is your tribes, your family, and your people, making sure this week that you spend the best of time that you can with your loved ones. Say things, you know, talk about things, dredge up all the good old memories, talk about them, right? And you know, I'm not saying this like, oh, you know, somebody's going to die or anything like that. It's just, we never know, right? We always think we have more time than we do. And I would say this week, use the time that you have now effectively so that you don't end up saying, I wish I had later on, whatever that means to you. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have an interesting week. Let me know in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you soon.